K Riggs. K Riggs.
Welcome back, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome to another episode of Brothers from Another. In today's episode, we're gonna top in and we're gonna go on with speak on domestic violence, since it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and then we also got some financial literacy going on for us at the end of that. So we happy y'all in here. Thanks for joining, and we want to introduce our lovely guest. Some call her T Cam, but I call her Tiff. Miss Tiffany, how you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for joining us.
For sure. So let's start it off, man. How was your week this week, man? I'm gonna start with you though, bro. Talk about some things.
I had a week, it was a typical week working, you know what I'm saying?
You said working.
The usual, yeah. Working.
You working now? You got you got a gig.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
Interesting.
done being Tommy off Martin for now.
Okay. That's
You know what
fine.
I'm
That's fine. Give it a round of applause for that though, bro. That's
Yeah,
what's up, man. You got you a gig. You're doing your comedy right now. What else? What else you got?
Just finishing up this 30 days of fitness thing that I've been doing. Once again, I appreciate y'all joining in with me, everybody that's in the group. Tuesday will be the last day. That's going to be the 1 year anniversary of my weight loss surgery, which I consider to be my second birthday. So that'll be the end of that. That whole Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm lit because that's my birthday weekend.
Hey man,
So,
lit.
he want to be a Scorpio that
Yeah.
bad. That's crazy.
I don't. I love being a Capricorn.
It's all good.
But yeah, so I saw just prepping for that. Of course, always with my babies. Just took my oldest daughter on the daddy-daughter day earlier today.
Okay.
Hey,
Morgie Pooh.
Yeah, but that's about it, the usual. What about you?
What's up, Pete?
man, I had a long work week.
Okay.
It feels good being back up here with you fellas.
Sir.
I got one whole week left of work, and then 2 days.
Still on the
November
countdown.
1st. Yes,
Countdown for
running
what?
at that motherfucker.
Oh, you done till you done?
Yeah. And then Appleton. I'm relocating.
So you moving to
Oh,
Appleton?
so
Appleton.
So that's the thing for
So
real.
y'all
For
decided
sure,
that.
for sure.
That's what's up,
Yeah.
bro.
That's good.
I'm nervous, but what the fuck? Let's try it.
So you gonna drive all the way down here to meet with us every other Sunday?
Yeah, it's only an hour.
I appreciate you, man. That's
It's
love.
really like an hour and 15 minutes. And that actually makes me happy. I could call you and tell you to pull up and check on Morgan when she out there with her
I
mom.
definitely
So
will.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that,
Congrats,
though,
bro.
We actually just finding that out live on
Yeah,
air.
I've
We
been-
ain't know
I
shit.
asked you
I
earlier
ain't
this
know
week.
shit.
I know he ain't said
Niggas
nothing.
at the
He
bitch
ain't like,
ass
hey,
now.
y'all, remember that
Yeah.
job thing I was talking about?
Yeah, he.
I
Damn.
was checking it out.
Yeah.
Secrets, bro.
Congratulations, though,
Thank
brother.
you.
Let's clap it up for that.
Congrats,
We're all about progression and leveling up. So that's super dope. So what about you, sir?
Well, the same old, working, doing my thing, being a dad. But I must talk about the fact that it's my first year coaching football, and my little team is playing in the championship game next week. Next week. Shout out to the Steelers, 7U, 11U, 13U, 9U, the whole organization. We got 3 of the 4 levels playing in the championship game. We ain't gonna stop there. So it's a celebration. The Steelers little organization, that's a whole family over there, a real vibe. I'm glad I decided to actually just be a coach. My first year, I'm going to the playoffs. I'm trying to win this championship. So
Win or lose.
yeah,
It's lit.
it's been an amazing season to see them kids grow how they did. They focus is better, all that. So it's just good to see the development, and I can't wait until next Saturday so we can turn up on them.
That's
Coach
super,
G.
super dope.
Yes, sir.
And this is where we was when you first told us last year that you even considered
Yeah.
wanting to be a coach, and you accomplished so much in that first year. So salute to you, y'all.
Yes,
Definitely.
sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Coach G.
That's dope. That's dope. Shout out to Grayson, Ace, Dev, you know what I'm saying? All of the young players that's on the team.
Yeah.
That's dope. I definitely think that y'all gonna win, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm there cheering y'all on.
Yeah, the
Win.
game is at Milwaukee Lutheran, by the way. I'll have more details later this week, but pull up and support the kids, man. It's gonna be a good time.
Dope.
Definitely.
So that's what we've been on. So now it's time to get into our guests and discuss one of the main topics today, which is domestic violence. I'm gonna just kind of let her intro herself and share maybe a little bit of experience that she's had, and then we can go into a couple of topics related, if that's cool with you.
Yeah. Domestic violence is it's a heavy subject, and I think that a lot of people are undereducated about the different types of domestic violence that are considered, because it's not just physical abuse, it's emotional, mental, even sexual, because it's possible to be, sexually assaulted and or raped, even in a relationship. Some experiences. I remember my first and only time ever being in a physically violent situation. I was a teenager. And, without getting into too many details, I was like essentially dragged down some stairs, and I had to defend myself in a situation with somebody that I thought, loved me. I loved them. Of course, when you're a teenager, you don't really know what love is, but you equate that type of feeling. As I've gotten older, and done research, obviously I have a degree in sociology, so I understand learned behaviors, how things are socialized and things like that. He came from a family that was known for being violent. They made a career off of being violent. So, he was socialized to think that that's how you control situations, especially with women.
Right.
Like I said, that was my one and only time. I still have a friendship with this person. I still talk to this person. But, we were never in a relationship again after that. But in my 20s, you have some people that are insecure, and it has nothing to do with you, right? It's only going to have something to do with that person, but they project that on you. So, even being controlling, giving you times that you have to be home, or timing you when you come home from work. Some of these things I haven't gone through, but I've heard about. Even that aspect is definitely in the category of domestic violence. A couple things that people don't know is that domestic violence is not categorized under a penal code. So actually, if you are someone who is domestically violent in any type of way towards someone, it's more of a civil matter than a penal matter.
I never knew that.
It will only result in a penal matter if there is an order of protection that's violated.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people don't know that you literally have to get an order of protection from someone, and that's because of the fact that it's something that people really can't or don't, leave. We can't say can't or don't, right? But it's either can't or don't leave the situation, or they help to perpetuate the situation because they're used to it. So it's hard to charge someone for something that, may be a pattern within that person or within our relationship. So that's another thing that people really don't know either.
Yeah.
Okay, well said.
Learned a lot.
That's
Man.
deep, because like a lot of females that I knew or dealt with, like they would always tell me the repetitive behaviors of men that they were with, like showing up, they calling the police, they constantly telling them that the man is hitting them, and there was like never a major consequence. Like I'm like, so he didn't go to jail for that, and they just like, no, they made him leave or something crazy like that, and I just always tripped off that with this being a woman's state. Is like, why is it like that? But I know that's true because domestic violence experience that I had when I got stabbed by my oldest daughter's mom, and the cops came knocking on the door. She came upstairs and was like, "Yep, I did stab him," and walked past them, and they started laughing and was like, "You should probably leave her alone." So I was like, "Oh, so that's how that go?" Okay, so it definitely happens on both sides. Like growing up, I seen it too, but it was always like women in my family like whooping niggas. Like it was never no women in my family that was getting hit. Like I never ever saw that. I never heard of that because they just don't play like that. But I have seen them like slap a nigga or like get on that. It's deep.
So, like in Milwaukee, are they taking it like more serious now since so many women are dying behind this domestic violence? Or
I'm gonna be honest with you. No, because again, um, there are measures that you can take that people just don't take. Um, when people are violent or abusive in any way, you know, it's first introduced. It's not something that's from day one. You know, and it's not something that just comes out of nowhere. People show these behaviors, and so the I guess the psychology behind it, when someone is with someone who abuses them, is that person will change, or in some type of way they deserve it, or they try to give that person excuses based off of the way that person grew up. So you align with that person, so you don't want to take the measures of getting a protective order of protection, or a restraining order, because that goes on your permanent record. They don't want to hurt that person, even though that person is hurting them. That's more damaging in a lot of ways. So unless they go and do the legal things that they need to do to protect themselves, the state can't intervene and say you need to be protected. you know so yeah.
Okay. So you fellas, I just want y'all to give an example of a time that you guys experience domestic violence close up, rather you were involved or you witnessed it, just like some feedback from something that you've seen or experienced.
I'll go first. Me and Shania's mother, my oldest daughter mother, we was at my mom's house, and I was protecting myself. She tried to kick me in my private part, and after that, I blacked out, and I kind of went crazy on her. Yeah, I was protecting myself, and then I lost it after that.
Do you feel like with that situation now, like how would you handle it if that was to ever happen again?
I probably would've just choked her out. Instead
You
of
still you still go
yeah,
for it?
instead of doing all the stuff I did.
So, what do you think leads you to like not have the first thought to just leave, or like when you feel like a situation is going to turn physical, just like removing yourself from it?
Well, that situation right there came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it, and shit, I didn't know how to handle that situation. Like after it happened.
But you will still do the same thing, even
No, just choke her out. That's it. I wouldn't do all the extra shit I did. I did way more shit.
okay.
So you still getting physical with her? You ain't leaving
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I'm
after you choke
gone
her
now.
out, or before?
Shit, if I'm caught off guard like that again, yeah,
So you
like
saying
I
only in the
don't.
instance of a female trying to hurt you that you would do that?
Right.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Yeah. So I've actually seen it. I witnessed it. And when they tell you like, oh, he's been around that and that's why he does it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not true. Cause you would never want to, like, after you see it done and see how it makes somebody feel that you really love, you would never want to do that to somebody. So that was always my thing. And when I used to see it, it traumatized me. Cause I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like she can't protect me from that. And what am I gonna do now?
All right.
So if I go run to the phone and he said, "You bet not," and it's like, "Oh shit, I bet not." Like, so when you see that and you grow up with it and you see it, and then it's like I would never have respect for him, like, ever, anytime, for just those things that I've seen him do. So it really don't affect you as a man, but because there's no way that I'm bigger than a woman, I'm stronger, and I know that they can't defeat me. I'm not gonna do anything to that. You know what I'm saying? So I just learned to walk away. Now I have jacked you up around your collar, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't never seen nobody have bruised lips, black eyes, scratches, bites, webs, nothing. Like I don't even get down with that. But I will use my strength to get you up off me if I have to. But I'm not gonna hurt you. So I've been in the situations, where I had to defend myself, and I just walk away because, like I said, I'm the biggest person. So if I hit her, no telling what's gonna happen. So they really gonna do whatever they want with me, can me, whatever. So I just stay away from it.
Understandable. So you said that time that you experienced that was your one and only time or something like
that
that
was
happened.
that was the only physical time. I have been in situations where there was just deep rooted insecurity, where you feel like you got to walk on eggshells or not disclose anything, or those types of things. But you recognize those things, and then you have to make a decision. You know, because those types of things can turn physical, and that's what I mean by, it doesn't just present itself just out of the blue. These things are progressive. Um, so you have to be able to, recognize those things. And some people, for whatever reason, um, they're not, or they think that they're strong enough, or they don't think it's going to progress. I remember when I was a kid, my grandfather told me, uh, he used the N word. I try not to use that word, but he said, never let a man push you, because if he push you, he'll slap you, and if he slap you, he'll punch you, and if he punch you, he can kill you. And so, to not even ever let it get that far, because again, it's not something that just comes out of the blue. There are several signs, and that saying, when people show you who they are the first time, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact. I do want to take a moment and respond to Greg's outlook on his experience with domestic violence as a child, and how he did not, react like that when he got older. I will have you to know that you will be the exception and not the rule. As patterns of behavior are socialized, kids are more likely to go to prison if they have a parent in prison, right? People are more likely to engage or provoke a domestically violent situation if they've been exposed to that, or pre-exposed to that. So I mean, that's just how people, we're socialized to believe and do certain things. And your parent can tell you to not do something, but you're not going to do what they tell you not to do. You're going to do what you see them do, mostly, right? I'm also an exception to the rule. I didn't subject myself to things that I was exposed to. But you also have to recognize those things. And sometimes people loathe someone so much that they become that person. That's another saying that actually happens to be true. You become that of which you hate. So it's really about getting to the root of the issue and deciding to not be that person.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. For sure.
Okay. So We talked about our personal experiences. We kind of touched on if we seen it in our childhood or not. Um, from you doing research on that, like, do you feel like it's more common for kids, like say young boys that grew up in the household, seeing a man hit their mom is more likely for them to grow up and do that?
I mean, studies show that.
Yeah.
Studies also show that kids are more likely to be bullies if they get yelled at and, cursed at and disrespected by their parents.
Hmm.
you know, um, because they're lashing out, they're harboring that anger and then lashing out at someone else. Um, so yeah, I definitely believe that.
Wow. So I want to go around and just get like an overall thought process of just how you view domestic violence today at your age, with your experiences, was accepted socially, like just your personal stance on it, period. Let's start with you, P.
Throughout the years, I feel like it's escalated, and it's sickening. Like every time you turn on the news, like a woman getting shot by her boyfriend, husband, significant other, pregnant. Like it's two lives being taken away. Sometimes it's just sad, sad.
Well, I feel like when you become a certain age in a certain part of your life, you always have that before you do something thought. Like it takes 7 seconds to actually think about what you're gonna do before you actually do it. And if you decide to go through with that, you made that choice to just like go on with it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying like, well, I didn't mean I just blacked out. Sometimes it's times where you think like I'm gonna knock this, you know what I'm saying, and then you actually do it. So you really have to think about the things that you do before you do them, because you will wind up putting yourself in a situation that you cannot get out of, all because it took you those 7 seconds that you disregarded and went on and did what you did. So just I always tell somebody, before you do stuff, think. Before you talk, think. Just make sure that you do the right thing.
Um, there are definitely different levels, and just to respond to what we're seeing now with so many, women, because obviously women are the majority of the victims of domestic violence, but with so many women being abused and even killed now, it just speaks to really the climate that we're in. Like kids are growing up now and they are on social media and they're not socializing with each other, they're not socializing with their parents. They're overly influenced by what media tells them to be and what media tells them to do. They're not actually having or being able to build a good relationship with themselves, right? And that speaks to self-love. So the younger these kids get, the more they're likely to do things that don't express self-love. I've loved someone to the point where, you know, it was unconditional and I love you through stuff. But if it's taken away from me because I've had a relationship and been raised to love myself, I got to back away from that situation. So, we really got to start pouring back into our kids, into our community, and really doing like some healing these parents so that they can raise their kids up to love themselves. We got a lot of people out here that don't love themselves, that's raising kids to not love themselves, and it
No, I
allows you
agree.
to expose yourself to situations and be victims. Or even, sometimes women are the abusers, you know. Um, so that it's so much, but
Was
it's really a
another one.
societal thing.
That last one P had, just to touch off what she said,
Oh yeah.
that goes right into it.
Yeah. Do you think the question that Perry asks is, do you think that men can also be victims of domestic violence. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The only time I ever got physically hit is by women. Like ain't no nigga hit me.
Don't know nigga try you.
Uh-uh.
The women that try you, but won't kill a spider. I don't get it. You won't kill a spider, but you gonna come try this 6'3" dude.
Yeah. And try to end me.
Man, I'd have been jumped on so many times. That shit crazy.
But it's like, as a man, if you say something about it or call the police, you gonna be looked at crazy and judged. And then every woman leading forward that you shared that experience with, 9 times out of 10 gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
That's like the Chad situation, like when the police laughed and shit. Like,
Yeah.
fuck y'all laughing at? Like I'm hurt right now.
And I didn't even call the police.
She called him, right?
No, it was just some nosy ass neighbors that heard it.
And you was just gonna deal with the cut. You weren't even finna.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
I've been hit by cars by women. Property damage, like flat screens busted, furniture cut up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not calling no
Extreme.
police.
I ain't
I'm
going.
not.
I can't go for that. I can't. I'm leaving. I had one crazy girl that always wanted to fight. Always. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'd be asleep. She just come launching at me. Like, whoa. Had a hairline fracture.
I remember that.
I'm like, damn. Now if I just start swinging you across this room, I'll be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I left. I left that relationship so quick.
But you're the man, so you got to take it.
I left up
That's
out
what
of
they
it.
say.
It was after the third one, y'all. Okay, it was the third altercation. And I decided. I woke up. I said, I'm gone.
I ain't taking this shit no more.
That day when I was about to literally hit her, I think it was the bucket. I had grabbed it and I swung, but I stopped and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I left out of the house, didn't even have my keys. That's how you know I was really trying to get a boy.
I'm proud of you.
For sure. Because that's what she wanted.
And it'd be crazy because, like, when
Some
a
women
woman,
like that shit.
I don't.
that's because their mind is messed up. Because a lot of women have told me that if a man not stalking them, putting his hands on them, that's not love. And that stems from childhood damage.
So what about the ones that see it as a kid and think that it's okay to be like
they
that?
damaged?
That's crazy.
They
That's
damaged
all they
in that
know.
area, and they need to get clarity on that. Because it's women that really think like that's the way it's supposed to go. It's men that think that too. That's why they do it. Or they don't know how to channel their energy and frustration in a different way other than being physical.
I feel like great topic, sir.
For sure. And we got a segment coming up. Where we at with it?
We got a strongly agree or strongly disagree.
Because I think I'm gonna be the only one that's gonna be drinking right now.
And it's does social media ruin relationships? Perry, you look like you got something to say, so I'll let you take
I
it.
agree.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yes.
Social media can ruin a relationship. I disagree.
I
Only
disagree.
you and the way you behave on social media can ruin your relationship.
But it's social media though.
That means absolutely nothing.
But
I could be on social media and get 100 DMs of women in my inbox naked, but if I never open those up or pay them no mind, that's going to have a zero effect on my relationship. Now, if I'm under pictures, liking, sticking out tongue emojis and eggplants and shit with the water symbol, you know what you niggas doing, y'all trying to get freaky through the text. If I'm putting that under every female picture on IG, I'm ruining my relationship if I have one. So if you have self-control when you're on social media and not lust and fall for the temptation that's so common and frequent on there, a lot of niggas trick themselves out their spot because of social media. But if you make that conscious decision, like, I don't care what's presented on social media.
Okay. What about the ones that's just insecure and possessive? Right?
Mhm.
You can literally not, like you said, don't open anything.
Mhm.
But you're doing something to cause some type of attention. They can feel some type of way about the attention that you receive.
Mhm.
Now you can not get involved with it or don't entertain it, but if they see that it's coming, they're gonna want to know, like they're gonna feel some type of way about it. And
That's
it's
a
just because,
problem within themselves.
but that's also because of social media. You don't have to do anything.
No, it's deeper than that. It's way deeper than that.
It's way deeper.
It's
than that.
way deeper than
But
that.
social media helps.
It's an
there were
insecurity
people that were
that
controlling.
started that thought process.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Mm.
just how it's coming out, but it's something way deeper than that.
But I'm saying though, like before social media, right? It was people that was insecure.
Yeah.
It was a lot of things that, let's say,
So
You
look,
didn't have to
Social
deal
media
with it.
heighten it.
you just said it. People were insecure naturally prior
Right.
to social media. So when you get on social media, all you seeing is a highlight reel of everybody's life. Everybody best fit, everybody most lit time, everybody kids look so cute, everybody getting money. You know what I'm saying? That's all you see. And if you are already insecure, you subconsciously comparing yourself to that, like I'm a failure. Because you're going based on this highlight reel. Not thinking 90% of these people was on here capped the fuck out.
they be on their line. They do. But you
Yeah,
still got to
brother,
go
right.
to social media to get that.
Right.
And that's why I feel like it'll damage a person. But I see what y'all saying. Like it is actually deeper than
Yeah.
the social media. So if you, let's say an insecure person don't got social media, then it won't be as a damage to them or in a relationship, I feel.
Yeah, because I feel like naturally, if you are an insecure person and you are in a relationship with a social media savvy person, you're naturally going to feel some type of way if you see them constantly getting likes, people commenting, sending inboxes. Like, it's going to happen. It's going to play on your insecurity.
Mhm.
So I gotta tell y'all something. And I'm not an insecure woman, but I just think that it's best practice that if you are on social media and your significant other is on social media, that you just don't follow each other. I've never followed anyone that I was in a relationship with. And I don't know if they followed me, but I just don't do it. If I'm talking to somebody and we're social media friends,
Any women that's watching, please tell me your thoughts. I've never heard a woman say this. She said
Never.
that if you have a significant other, y'all should not follow each other on social media.
Man, shout out to we got to get her a cup made.
Hey,
and we
Tiff,
gotta
how was
take this
your
quote.
relationship? Like without being friends on social media?
you know, I think I've had some really good relationships. I can definitely say shout out to all my exes. Like if it didn't work, you know, it wasn't time, and I mean it didn't always end well, right? But if something already wasn't going right, I wasn't gonna let social media add to it, you know. But people have a right to their privacy and to be able to express themselves without feeling guilty or things like that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. To me, it's just not healthy. Like I want to protect my mental. If something is going on, I don't need to know about it if I'm happy. And if something is going on, I'll find out about it if it's meant. And that's how you stay happy. That's how you protect your mental. And I'm big on that. So
That's a wise woman right there.
I can dig that
Well said.
perspective.
That's wise right there. See, it just takes growth and the whole maturity thing to have that mindset. She's a logical person.
So you wouldn't want to follow your spouse on
I
social
feel like
media?
when you're in a relationship, you just automatically stop following each other anyway. You know what I'm saying? Every girlfriend I had is like, you know what? Why don't we just stop following each other? We shouldn't have did it in the first place. Because now that as we stopped doing that, things went a little smoother. I ain't had to hear about the extra and all that. I didn't want to hear that nagging about it. So I think it should always be that way. You know what? I'm just gonna remove you off here. I don't need to see what you talking about. I don't need to see what you said. I don't need to take none out of context. I don't need to do none of that. Just and if it's meant, like she said, if it's meant for me to find out, it's gonna slap me right in the face and fall on my lap. So my last couple relationships, we actually stopped following each other mid-relationship. And it made things a lot better. But at that time, it was pretty much done.
I respect both people that feel like they shouldn't. I see why, and people that's cool with it. Like me and my lady, we follow each other, but our relationship started off of social media. So it's like that's where we met. So why would we be building and then stop following each other? I think it's based on each person how they view things. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're dealing with a secure person that doesn't let social media bother them, or they don't look that deep into your posts and stuff like that, like I think it'll be okay. And then also I think when you want to really enjoy and see a person for what they show you, it's cool to not follow them either. Let me just see what you show me. Like, because if I see a certain meme, and me and you vibe, I might think you an idiot. Like, wait, you think like that? You know what I'm saying? So I see both sides.
Thanks.
Definitely. Okay, so we definitely want to thank Tiff for coming through, dropping
Definitely.
some gems, giving a woman's perspective
Well
on
said.
domestic violence. We have a second guest coming through. So from BFA Podcast, we appreciate you so much. Hopefully we'll get you back for some other dope topics at a later date.
Well, I appreciate being on. Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming,
Thank
Tiff.
you.
That's what's up.
I
I
thought
appreciate
that
it
was
so
dope.
much.
Let's give her a round of applause. All right. Our second guest of the day.
Reek.
Speak to the mic, sir, so they can hear you loud and
Yes.
clear. Introduce yourself to our audience, sir.
My name is Tariq Williams, previous tattoo shop owner here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Have a patent pending product called the Harvest Zone. Yeah, ready to get into some topics and yeah, get the ball rolling for you guys. So.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We appreciate you coming in.
About time. I ain't seen Reek in like.
Yeah, we definitely been knowing this young man for over a decade.
Remember he did our Dookies for us for Summerfest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the Laker. I had the
Yes,
Laker.
sir.
He did this tattoo. Right here.
Yeah, that's one of my first tats type thing.
I remember that shit. He had that big ass snake
Trapping
and
on
shit.
empty.
I'm like, damn, that's a big ass snake.
Absolutely.
The fuck is he feeding him?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so financial literacy. What has been some of your experiences with it? What are your areas that you feel very knowledgeable in, and what would you like to just kind of overall share with our audience and teach us some shit too?
Man, financial literacy is when you really understand what finance is and just the sheer like transformation of knowing how money works. You know what I mean? To answer a bullet point of yours, what I feel knowledgeable in, I personally like the stock market or trading. You know, that's part of financial literacy. A lot of my financial, gains or epiphanies came from California. You know, like when you're from here, like a single 1 bedroom apartment is what, 800, $900.
Yeah.
But then, you're not ready for that upscale, out there is 3 times the amount. 1 bedroom is gonna be $1,600, $1,800 easy. Like that's just to like bottom barrel type stuff almost, So I had to really sit, in the trenches, like trapping it out the beamer and during between that and the pandemic, I really had to figure out like, man, like how I think what I typed in on a computer one time was like, what makes more than a website, like an online website, and then the stock market started popping up. So I have a lot of experience with the stock market. I'm like not the best trader ever, you know what I mean? But that's when I saw the stock market and how you really trade, that's when that switch flipped for me. I was like, I was like, wow, this is how money partially like really works,
All right.
And then also, you'd be surprised how, and this probably touched on another topic at a later time, but how much connected health and finance go in, and health and wealth. Like it's just really serious. So yeah, and that's just skimming the surface on finance. So finance is really deep.
So like when you get into like stocks and trading and stuff like that, like is it like a step by step, like let's just say like a 10-point basis of knowledge that you should have? Like, okay, if I do this, this happens. This is how I get started. Like,
Yeah,
is it like stock market for dummies type of
yeah,
books and
yeah.
lectures
Well,
out there?
yeah,
For people
well,
to get into that.
the stock market is you definitely need fundamentals going into it. That's kind of the mistakes I made. The biggest thing that you want to have in place is having your mental health straight. See, remember I just mentioned how health and wealth go together.
Right.
Like when you trade the stock market, you can't be too greedy.
Yeah.
You can't be too eager. You can't trade from a place of
Emotion.
emotion.
You got to do it based on logic.
Yeah, you have to. The best traders, they say, trade like a steel box.
And it's crazy that you said that because I always thought like trading in stocks damn near was like neck and neck with gambling. Like it's like, oh, I
No.
feel like this. So it's an actual.
Yeah, that's when they say I feel.
Yeah.
That's the gamblers. You're feeling too much.
Right.
The people that are really making money, they don't feel.
Right.
And that's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on like what chart you're trading. If you're trading a 2-minute chart, every 2 minutes is doing something. You just like, oh,
Right.
you don't know what to do. So like, you got to take all that out and just learn how to sit back.
You talking about that one day when I was looking at your computer monitors, like when it kept jumping up and down type shit?
Yeah, the stocks do that all day long. They go up and down, but either it's a long up or a short or a long down. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just a game of up and down. But it happens on different time frames. So, and then there's you have technical analysis, which is learning your demand zones. Like you could look at a yearly chart on a daily basis, and you could see where in the past history certain price points where it got picked up a lot. So you could be like, oh, okay, 2 years ago it went on a rally when this stock hit $20. You know what I'm saying? You can start seeing patterns and all type of stuff. Yeah.
Is it a way to know when to take your money out? Like if you're
Yeah,
investing on the company?
Yeah, you can see it. See, that's why it's not gambling, bro. Like you throw a dice, it's over. That's it. You know what I'm saying? When you enter the stock market, that's throwing your dice, but at least you can still see your money either go up or down. A lot of people psych themselves out. I do this all the time. It's a really bad habit. When I see losses, I go into like self-denial mode. Like I'm a sore loser. Like, no, and all that time I'm fighting myself, I just keep losing more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? So it's really cutting your losses is really a really good thing to learn. But yeah, like to really get started, I would say trade like daily charts. But first I would just like get a monitor like this for your house and just throw up the S&P 500 and just watch it, bro. Don't do anything. Don't touch it. I don't care if you see it go up $30 in 2 days. Just watch it. You know what I mean?
How many hours do you watch it?
That's an interesting question because you want to get a healthy amount of time watching it. Like when I really found, it's called, I'm an options trader.
What's the longest then?
The longest, you could be 24/7 almost, but that's not healthy because when you're in a trade and you're like constantly picking up your phone every 20 minutes to an hour to see where your money might be at, it's not good. But and you learn that with discipline too. But yeah, bro, it can be all day. Cause if a real trader, bro, he'll trade the stock market when the stock market opens. Here's 8:30 to about 2. Then he'll turn to another flat screen situation is the cryptocurrency, which is 24/7. So you can really trade all day.
You got to get your sleep though.
I remember taking stock
Yeah.
class. I think I was in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
I had to wake up every morning and watch see what Dow Jones and
Man, that's
what's
amazing.
what's the name was doing I forgot the other one, but
S&P 500.
S&P 5,
and the
yeah.
Russell 100.
Man, we used to watch that and we had to bring that in, and he used to have
Yes.
us really watching stocks.
Yeah, that's dope.
So as a kid, I used to always be like, he was like, you want the arrow green to go up or something, and I was just always watching it. So I remember that part about stocks.
But see, what they didn't really show you is how you really trade stocks. It's not with those little lines you see in the numbers. It's called candle charts.
Mm.
Once you see a candle chart, the game changes. Like you'll really get it, because each candle will pump up and down, and then they'll close and they'll go to the next one. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this line you see.
Okay.
One of our viewers said, "What is the difference between the bear and bull market?"
So a bear market is when the market is going down. A bull market is when everything's going up. So if you're bullish for the day, you think the market's going up. If you're bearish for the day, you think the market's going down. Obviously, right now, it's been a downturn ever since the Russian war happened. We're in a bear market.
That's dope.
Yeah, and usually like severe bear markets lead into recessions. So we're definitely in a bear market right now.
Okay.
My coworker's just talking about a recession. He said in about 10 months. What you think about that?
How long it'll last?
No, I'm saying, do you think it'll be one in about 10
I
months?
think we're already like
We already in
yeah,
there.
we're already in there.
I feel like we in
You
there.
can see it, and that's the beautiful thing about the stock market too, bro. Like you can see history. That's another thing about stocks. Like you can see how in 2020 when Corona hit, right, it just shot straight down.
Right.
And I think to me it's just amazing that you could see history on a graph. You know, like you don't have to watch the news almost. You could just watch this graph. Like it'll tell you what's going on. You know, if we're in a great economy and there's good news, the S&P and the Dow Jones is just going up. If some bad news, severe stuff happens, boom, it comes down. It's like you can watch that and that's your news. It gets deep, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate you coming in, giving us some free game. We would like for you to stay and join in on a couple other topics with us. You down for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dope. So I learned some shit.
I did.
You learned some shit.
I learned some shit
yeah.
today.
I know they learned some shit.
Like,
So
I'll be in front of that computer, I'll be like, what the fuck going on?
yeah, I definitely want to educate myself.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. You know, another thing about the stock market is
Because I don't mean to cut you off, but you remember what you told me when what made you get into the stocks and trade and like the financial literacy?
what's that?
You was like you needed some money.
Yeah. So yeah, and I was gonna definitely speak on that exact same notion. As like an entrepreneur / hustler, you know, like anybody that takes risks in the streets, I think that they can find a really good avenue risking capital as options traders. So, you know, that's like because I hit big on AMC, that AMC GameStop thing that happened like a couple years ago. It was
Yeah.
$400 to $7,000 overnight. I woke up like, whoa! I was in Cali trapping it out the Beamer. You know what I'm saying? I woke up like this really works. You know what I mean? So I'm like, whoa. And since then, it's like, why would I like go to the plug and do this and go weigh it up, scale it, move, make zip around town, and woo. But I could just press a button on the computer and make 10 times the amount, you know? So
I fucks with that.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Shit, I got $20 I can
$20 I could throw.
$20 I can see if we can turn 2 into 4 and 4 into more for me.
So that's dope, man. I know this has been more of a serious pod for us. We usually be clowning a lot, but this season we definitely want to do some more serious topics. We all need to know about financial literacy. We all need to know about domestic violence, you know, and
Yeah.
stuff like that, because that's real life shit. It ain't all fun and games on here, but we definitely finna get into our typical bullshit right about now. You know what I'm saying?
We got another segment.
We got a
This the what freestyle?
Strongly agree.
topic, and then
I'm gonna just get my shot ready. I'll just make it show. I'm gonna get my shot ready.
we got okay. So do y'all? Do y'all want to do the strongly agree or strongly disagree first, or the next topic first?
However you want to do it.
I think we should do the strongly disagree or strongly agree.
Careful.
So,
It's hot.
do men or women run shit?
Men.
Uh,
Men.
I'm gonna say both right now, but
A real man. gonna
as
run
of lately, like how you said on the last part, I believe, like the women been pulling up in motherfucking 18 wheelers, buying houses, property, like
they stepping their game up for
it's
sure.
shit.
They coming with
Ah,
that shit.
But you said men still
Men
running
still,
shit.
men still, it's a lot of things that men can do physically
Yeah.
that is still overpower the fact that a woman, yeah, they
I
are
can't-
logical, you know, they are logical. I did just see a 16-year-old that's 6'6", you know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. These women dunking now, they driving trucks now, they
So
got
you
they,
basing it all on the physicality.
I'm just saying that's where the men
That's
win.
the example that you use.
Can I-
I didn't
This-
I didn't specify
Okay.
physical. I said
Oh.
are men or women running shit, the world, making the big moves, handling shit, evolving us as a culture.
Can I say both, or I gotta pick
No,
one?
you got to pick
No, I
one.
say, man.
Shit, I'm gonna say
Men.
the women.
Y'all say
Sorry.
that.
You say
and you gotta have that
big
strong
way,
woman with
yeah.
you to
Like,
be successful in
man.
it. But
Well,
men
I think you know, like men and women push life forward in their own way, you know, and obviously, like it goes back to the sacred book, you know, like man toils the land, women bears children. So we pave the way, and that's how we move shit. We pave the way, and they make sure that we can leave something behind that continues to pave. But that's that's your job,
exactly,
you feel me?
exactly.
But initially, yes, it's men that are head starters.
I'm
You know
old
what I'm
school.
I mean, I agree with the head starters.
saying?
I'm the king, but you just hold the tempo. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
What you think, bro?
Interesting. I think women run shit, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. 90% of what us as men do is in pursuit of the acknowledgement or attention for a woman.
That's true. Yeah.
We work out, look good, we get money, we get fresh. You know what I'm saying?
But sometimes they
Like,
ain't doing that for
just-
women now.
just to go
They ain't
right
doing that
there.
for women now.
Listen to what I'm saying.
They ain't doing that
That's
just for
where
women.
it evolved. So the first time
That's where it starts.
a man seen a woman that was out his league, and he said, "Can I just pay for that?" The woman then had the control to run shit.
That don't mean that they running it.
Most of the strongest, most powerful men in the world that accomplish things with the strong woman by their side.
Exactly.
A lot of times it be those strong women with those ideas and plans, but they know they're not going to be letting the same doors that a man will.
It can go both ways too. There's certain doors women are let in that men can't get in.
It
either.
can, but everything
tell
us
us.
as men do is to gain the acknowledgement and acceptance and desire for a woman. So that's why they run shit.
We agree with each other. They on the man's side.
Just think about what I'm saying.
I get what
No,
you're
I
saying.
totally agree.
But you still put
It's
the fact
hard.
out there that
That's still
the head is the man with the success, and every time he's successful in that, he got.
I never
that
said nothing
behind
about the head. I said running shit.
That's what I'm saying, running it,
Right.
but they got the
They
successful.
just
When-
steak
put it
dangling in front of your
Yeah.
face when you on the
We're
treadmill.
Not necessarily.
They're the
Not for
reason-
Yes,
everybody.
it is.
They're
Yes,
the
it is.
reason why we run.
Yeah.
Some people do it for power. Some people do it for achievement. You know what I'm saying? Some people do it for
But
affiliation.
what comes power, you want to have access to everything. That's why you're in pursuit of the biggest bag. So when you get that bag,
You give it up.
whatever female, I want you. I got it. You want to be
Who's the
able to do
richest
that.
person in the world?
Kanye West.
No, he's not.
Oh, the richest. Okay.
You don't have the answer, Sway.
Just so fat and stinky. Dog said Kanye
I
West.
fucked up. My bad.
Miss Carmen, we know you love Oprah. We get it. You know, we get it. I know that's your best friend. We get it. But just think about all the successful people right now. If you think about it off the top of your head, how many of them are women?
A lot these days, but I feel like it's still more men.
More men, right?
Hmm.
So I just feel like, I mean, women are on the up. I'm not shaming that at all. Like, man, I'm telling you, I see so many women posting up with steel toes, biker shorts, and a tank top, standing in front of a trunk. Standing in front of the truck. Like, this mine finna go drop a load. Like, oh, when you don't see that.
That's impressive.
So that is impressive. Like I said, I just seen a 16-year-old girl do a spin pivot dunk at 6'6". Women are on the up and up. I'm trying to tell you, they coming. We see you, but men still run shit. That's just me. Men
So
still
who
run.
drinking?
I respect that.
I ain't got to drink it,
Um,
but I'm gonna drink.
so do you feel this was presented by Mr. Gregory? He said,
Why you always gotta say when it's mine? You don't never
no,
say when.
yes, I did. I said
Oh, okay,
earlier,
you did.
this from Perry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he nervous.
I always gotta put my time in.
Do you feel that it's a man's job to make a woman happy?
Nope.
When you say man, do you mean the man that she's in a relationship with?
Yeah,
He shouldn't be making her happy?
it's not his job.
Okay.
I disagree.
A
Okay.
man's job is to provide, protect. What is it? Provide, protect, and nourish. Right? It's never listed make her happy. She already have to be happy within herself.
That's like a
So it's not my job to make you happy. I have to do the things that I have to do. I have to provide for you, protect for you, and nourish you.
No one wants
that
a
one is-
miserable woman, bro.
but that one is like a given though.
No, it's not. It's not her. It's not her. It's not a man's job to keep a woman
Don't
happy.
we want to make them happy so they can.
They
Make us
already
happy?
supposed. They have to be happy within themselves. We are to assist to that.
Exactly. We're supposed to like
We
I mean,
add
like
to
the
it.
continuation of the happiness.
We
Yeah.
add to it
Like,
because
you're
we
supposed to
do
see
our
your girl
job.
happy and be like, there you go, babe. I see you. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
see you happy, but you gotta see that she happy.
It's
first,
not a
and
man's
then
job.
compliment her happiness. Because if you have a woman, bro, that's constantly not happy, but she's gonna drain. She's gonna try to steal your happiness.
Exactly.
She's gonna drain the life out of you, bro.
Exactly.
I'm going to
That's a
say
parasite.
that I agree. And I agree because I've been with women that base their happiness on me. And that was a turnoff. Like, I'm only going to be happy with you. Like, for real, you're a loser.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be happy. And okay,
like
rather
regardless.
you with me or not. So I
I-
totally get what you're saying. But I feel like if you're with a partner that's already happy within themselves, when you commit to being in a relationship, you're supposed to assist in trying to maintain their happiness, but it's not your job.
Exactly. That goes with saying like that goes for a woman that needs you and a woman that wants you.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna look at you and say that's a man that's already built. I'm good. I just want somebody that's gonna provide, protect, and nourish me. He ain't gotta make me. I'm good. My bag secured. I'm fine. I got this. I got that. I don't need him for nothing else but to provide, protect, and nourish me if need be.
Yeah, you don't want to go into basically like a codependent situation.
Right.
There's
Exactly.
codependent and interdependent. You know? So,
And there's so many women like where their mind is so warped. And men too, like to think like if they're not with a certain person, like they can't be happy.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it's more than 6 billion fucking people in the world.
I am not the end all be all.
At all. Promise you it's a nigga better than me.
I guarantee it.
I promise you it is.
Might
You
not be
just-
in the city, but it might be in
You just-
somewhere.
You just gotta go find it.
Go in the library or
go,
something.
go find it.
So we all on board kind
Except
of.
for Perry. Perry think it's his job to do it. He
I said the
said,
continuation.
so you flowing with the
Keep them off.
so to add to it.
Yeah,
Well, it ain't your job. She's always supposed to be happy.
yeah, it ain't really my job.
Now, if you did some shit to fuck it up, then
I
you better
wanna-
get it back.
If she was already happy, I want to keep it happy.
Have y'all ever been in a situation where y'all made a conscious effort to be like, I'm checked out. I'm not making her happy no more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think so, man.
There's been times you just know,
Yeah,
like,
you have to. Yeah.
you're like, damn, this used to make her smile. Fuck it.
How soon? How soon in advance do y'all be knowing that y'all finna break up with somebody? Like, tell me, like, the longest you let some shit played out, but you knew like a
Oh,
year
man.
ago, like this bitch
A year.
ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stop saying bitch because we have a female viewer.
Yeah. I forgot to say that.
Works for me, and she said we say bitch a lot. Unfortunately, we don't give the disclaimer when we talking about bitches. We talking about bitches when we talking about women, and most of the time we be talking about bitches. It be niggas too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's not us using it as a derogatory term towards women only. So, but I am going to personally try to refrain from using that terminology as much as possible.
Yeah,
Me
she
too.
did. She did roll up on us, didn't she? She wasn't
yeah,
playing.
yeah.
Shout out to HD.
We listen to our supporters. We care about what y'all think. We gonna be ourselves, but we gonna be respectful at all times.
Yeah, my mama told me to use fellatio.
Big Nishi.
She said it's fellatio, son. I said, all right.
Okay, I can dig it. So we ain't really hit on no music shit in a while.
Uh-huh.
And I came up with the question: who y'all think next up to have a run like Drake? I feel like Lil Baby.
Little baby is
Lil
doing. He
Baby
doing
for
it.
sure.
He having that run.
So even though Young Boy breaking all them records and shit nonstop, putting out
That's YouTube streams.
quadruple the music with a psycho ass fan base,
He
y'all
don't know.
think?
Lil
He
Baby.
ain't on no mainstream nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not hearing it. Like you hear it just because okay, I've been on YouTube. You gonna hear it on there. But
You
he
don't
ain't
be
getting on
hearing him
tracks
a regular
with
like
he ain't
that.
getting on tracks with Drake. He ain't getting on tracks with DJ Khaled. He ain't, he not out there.
I feel like he could.
He's
though.
good. He could, but he don't.
Everybody want to fuck with him. He don't fuck with nobody.
Hey, and that's the gift and the curse.
I agree.
That's just the gift and the curse.
Lil
within
Baby.
itself. Lil Baby though.
And,
he got it.
Quavo and what is it? Offset?
Take off.
Yeah, Take Off. That motherfucking CD hot.
I heard that was slapping.
I like that Jeezy too.
Oh yeah,
I heard
Snowfall.
Jeezy was going crazy.
Jeezy
I
was
checked
decent.
that out this weekend.
They said he was back on his old Jeezy.
DJ Drama.
DJ Drama was on there. They was going crazy on there. A few songs I was listening to. So yeah.
But that Lil Baby hot.
So
Yeah,
we all think Lil Baby the next one.
Yeah.
He been
That's
consistent.
kind of hard though, because like, you know, when we say runs, it's like you think Baby gonna last like Drake, like he gonna have a run for.
I feel
next
like with the
6 to 8
mindset
years.
that
got.
he displaying, like he real business minded and he take care of the people around him and like keep shit close knit. I see a lot of them same qualities that Drake showed early.
So
on.
what's a run? How long is a run?
Well, Drake on what? Like his 15th summer?
Man,
For real.
man, see, that's what I'm saying.
Like who do that? Like who have a hit every year? Who kill a feature every year? Who top of the charts every year? And your old first shit still charting.
He's got some good Jewish marketers.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Kanye.
That's what that is.
And I ain't
Shout-
shouting out Kanye, man.
Yeah, I'm a Drizzy Drake fan. So I to be able to be mentioned in that conversation, you doing some lethal work out here.
Yeah.
Drake, I've been listening to Drake since 2006.
Like
Yeah, that's right.
society and the way these rappers is getting murdered now, like the young ones that have any street ties, I try not to even
Listen to it.
invest myself mentally into liking them because I be feeling like it's gonna end soon. Like soon as I get to being a fan, like he going crazy. It happened with Mo3, with Von. Like as soon as I got to really fucking with their music, like they was just gone. It's like I'm not finna keep doing that. Like
Yeah, Mo3 was your dude.
yeah, like if niggas like really on street shit, like I'm gonna listen to shit that's dope, but I ain't gonna be like an actual fan. And I'm more of a R&B nigga. So But yeah, I just wanted to post that one. You know what I'm saying?
You got another one?
I got another one. Let me see.
You got another topic? This our last one, right?
Yeah. What y'all think about Jeffrey Dahmer pops trying to sue Netflix?
Jeffrey
Coming
Dahmer
out
Pops
with the
trying to
series.
Man, sit your old ass down.
I'm like, he's still alive? How
Man,
old is he?
You seen
Somebody
the updated
doing
picture
that.
of him?
Somebody doing it.
Somebody doing it for him because ain't no way he
Right.
talk about some. I'm suing Netflix.
Right.
He
What
like
you gonna do
old
with
as
the money?
shit.
What are you gonna do? Nothing.
Nothing.
Get the fuck out.
Not a damn thing.
Get the fuck out of here.
So you think he need
Fuck
to
Jeff and his
he need to
pops.
do this?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, that concludes episode 5.
Hey, man, next week we got that sex pod, right?
Next week or next pod.
Next pod,
Next pod.
the sex pod.
Is it? It's nah, we ain't gonna do them like that. Let's wait.
Nah.
Shout out to Infant Toddler Awareness Month as well. Shout out to Kavion, rest in peace.
Shout out to
Shout out to
KVN.
KVI, man.
R.I.P. But no, they not ready for the sex pod
Not the
yet.
sex pod yet.
Because these women, they don't want to have the real deal gloves off conversations. We want to know how the fuck y'all talk when y'all talking
Yeah.
amongst each other.
What's in the
Just like
chats?
And they be scared. What's in the group
What's
chat?
in the chat?
That's where the nuclear bombs is.
Is
What's
it gonna
in the
be
chat?
guests?
Huh?
Is it gonna be guests?
Definitely gonna be some
Oh, we're gonna
guests.
have some guests up here. We want to know what's in the
Yeah.
chats.
What's in the chat?
What's the
What
difference
y'all be
in
talking about?
what's
when
the
y'all
difference in
solo?
bitch and bitch?
Bitch.
Like what's that?
Y'all
What's that?
know.
Like we want to
Y'all
know that
know.
part.
Y'all know.
What's the here he go pick? Like we want to know all that.
Yeah. Girl,
Yeah.
that's him.
Yeah.
Cold talk.
What makes y'all get the girl this him pick? How y'all run niggas through y'all whole facts check
Mhm.
like we do y'all, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because we definitely got a
Like
whole
we
fact.
need motherfuckers to come break it down A to Z. What's the shit that make you come
Let's
fast?
let's save
I
it.
ain't even gonna get to
let's
talking
save it.
about
Let's
that.
save it because we're gonna go in.
Yeah.
This will be a whole nother situation.
Yeah, the sex pod is coming soon. You know what I'm
Scorpio
saying?
season. Why not?
Yeah. So BFA podcast, we appreciate y'all, man.
Thanks for
Thank you
tuning
to
in.
our guests.
Shout
Thank
out to y'all,
y'all.
man. Appreciate y'all for coming.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
One love.
Definitely.